You needn't have dressed, Paul. You needn't have gone to all this...
No, well, I felt as if I should make a special effort.
Very kind of you. It's good to see a glimmer of a smile there, because... Well, you
What
are...
a strange laugh that individual has.
You are kind of a mournful creature. Not more... Hangdog, I think, is the look.
Yes, I suppose so. Yeah.
Give us a full, big smile.
A big smile, which in the camera too.
Yes, bring in the camera. Let's...
I have to use my fingers, I think.
Let's change the subject. Let's talk about Have I Got News for You?
Yes.
What's Angus Dayton really like?
Oh, he's lovely. Oh, he's so wonderful. He's so exciting. He's so interesting. He's so good-looking.
Do you think he is the thinking woman's, you-know-what?
What, anorak? Possibly, yeah. Fish tank, maybe, yes. Egg whisk, yes, he probably is, yes.
What's he in this Hislop? I mean, he seems kind of cuddly, Ian.
Yes,
Hislop.
Ian's very nice. I mean, there is a sort of lot of on-screen sort of rivalry that goes on, but that's just to keep it interesting, really, because I said to Ian when we started doing it, we shouldn't become too pally, because we can sort of get material out of sort of having a go at each other as well. And it seems that with that kind of show where you are sort of like making sort of fairly barbed comments about people, you can't sort of like keep yourself immune from that. You also have to have a go at each other, I think, as well.
Why do they always put you with the politician? If there's a politician, you get them.
I do. Well, Ian's a sort of journalist, so he gets the comic, and I'm a comic, so I get the politician or the journalist, and that's sort of... Sometimes you get the raw end of the deal, because some of them turn up and you might as well have a bit of driftwood there.
Well, you did once. You had a pot of lard there, right?
Oh, yeah, we had a tub of lard once, yes. That was actually more successful than some of the politicians we've had on. The lard's now doing a tour of its own.
We have a little clip of you having to sit with a tub of
yes,
lard,
yeah.
right? Just take a look at that. And it didn't seem to faze you at all. We'll have a look at this.
Tub of lard, a curious claim for you. No conferring. Sex, beer and neat moustaches solve riddle of the pyramids.
Well, since he can't do it, I think...
Hang on a minute!
I haven't given him a
He's
chance
only just
yet.
seen it. He can't see the monitor from there anyway, look.
That's from the video, isn't it?
Yes, there's a video out of it now. How I Can News for You sort of video, yes, it's come out.
And, of course, apart from that show and your own show, you're on tour at the moment.
Yes.
Are you doing stand-up stuff?
There is a bit of stand-up in it as well. There's quite a bit of stand-up.
You do impressions as well?
Well, they're not very good impressions, but they're sort of there. We do a sort of mock pantomime, and so when we sort of, like, elaborate on some of the sort of devices I use in pantomime, and suddenly I do impressions. I do Cary Grant very badly.
Give us a bad Cary
A very
Grant.
bad Cary Grant. Are you crazy, Inspector? Someone tried to kill me last night.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's very bad.
You got any other bad ones?
I do a very bad Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, let's have a bad Alfred Hitchcock.
Good evening. That's very bad Alfred Hitchcock.
That's not bad. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. It is awful. But the audience love it because quite clearly I can't do impressions. But when I've been on stage for about an hour and a half then, so it's all right.
So you do stand-up routines in the show? On
Yes.
tour?
Yes, I do. Let me see what I do. I'd hate to give up smoking because I don't smoke. If I had to give up smoking, I'd have to start, and I've tried starting. I just haven't got the willpower. There's all kinds of methods for people who want to give up smoking. There's nicotine, chewing gum, hypnotism. My aunt used to pour a gallon of petrol over herself every morning. You know, stuff like that, you know.
Any more? I love it.
Well, she couldn't light up. You know, the idea being that she couldn't light up without turning herself into a human fireball. But it didn't stop her.
She went for it.
Yeah. She'd be in the living room, you'd hear a cough and a whoosh. She was up to 60 whooshes a day by the end of it.
Any more of those goodies before we move on?
Let's see. I mean, there's all kinds of things, you know. I went into a news agency the other day. I said, have you got a copy of Psychic News? He said, you tell me.
This book, Paul Merton's History of the 20th Century, a little modest title you've given it.
Yes,
Paul
it is.
Merton's History of the 20th... A lot of wonderful pictures in here. Who are some of the great comedy characters or comic figures of the 20th century?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you've got all the sort of, you know, you've got the great comedians and stuff, you know, Max Miller and all that. But I suppose you've got these other people who unintentionally have made fools of themselves. Like, I think Ben Johnson, the guy who was, who took drugs to win, you know, the 100 metres. And because during that whole Ben Johnson drug scandal, I heard somebody say on television, "No, I think athletes should use any means at their disposal to improve their times." And I thought, well, that's all right with me. I'll have a motorbike then. It'd be quite good standing next to Carl Lewis on the starting line, wouldn't it? Been training hard, have you? Don't worry about me. You go any time you like. Go on, up here. Does the sidecar bother you? That's my next-door neighbour. He wants to win a gold medal as well.
Lovely thoughts. Right, this book. Paul Merton's History of the 20th Century. Unpretentious, modest little title. These pictures. Can we take a look at one or two of these pictures?
Yes,
because it's
certainly.
full of very interesting pictures. What's this one here? See if we can have a look at this one.
Oh, yes, this is the world's first mobile phone. It wasn't successful.
No. Let's have a look at another one here.
Well, yes, this is the official sport of pointing. Well, a lot of people don't realise now, but in the 1900s, pointing was an Olympic sport.
Who's the one at the back?
Oh, she's a groupie.
Let's have a look at another one.
This is the Ku Klux Klan's annual beauty contest, I reckon.
What is that?
Oh, this was an invention in the 40s. This is the automatic pet propeller. To make your dog feel part of the housework, there's a jet of warm air comes out the vacuum cleaner and keeps them at a height of about 3 feet. Although tragically, it was set for Irish wolfhound by mistake, and the poodle shot through the ceiling and gave a heart attack to the bloke next door.
Paul Merton's History of the 20th Century. Well, our thanks to Paul for coming along. Lots of laughs and lots of success. Paul Merton, ladies and
Thank you very
gentlemen.
much. Thank you.